I rock, all pink, like Cameron. Said she in the back, no pants on. My stick, only thing, take a stance on. The suits flow damn right, 2 hands on. Might flip galaxies, like Samsung. Finish her, finish me, no shank song. West side, Tennessee, where your man's from. 2 strands, like grandson. Vaughn, R.I.P. She gon' take a shower, okay, B.O.B. I'ma stuff a cone, hit an incline. THC, we gon' make a flick, hop on T.O.P. She ain't gon' deny, she need my energy. And I ain't gon' deny, I was energy. I was in there saying plenty things.
What's going on, YouTube? Hope y'all doing all right. Hope everything's going pretty good for you. Yeah, work, home, on the road, wherever you're at. Hope all is well. But hope y'all like the intro. That is my cousin's song on the intro. If you're interested in music and you like his music, his information will be in the description. I'll have his Facebook, his Instagram, and his YouTube. And my other cousin who made my logo for my intro, and it will go on the side of my truck as well. I put her information in there as well, her Facebook and her Instagram. They both also do media, logos, flyers, web design, and anything in that area. My cousin that has the song on my intro, he also does photography and videography. So if you need music videos or anything like that, if you're into that kind of thing, or just any other thing you need, you want to document videos and everything with, he can do all of that. So give them a shout out. Not a shout out, I'm sorry. Contact them, and if you got any inquiries or anything, just let them know that Richard sent you. But yeah, man, let's get going. Let's get started. So this video will be talking about my experience with the dealership, the finance company, my process with Landstar, and just any other kind of knowledge or game I think I can put out there for any drivers that are new coming into the industry, and we can kind of go from there with it. So this is my first time buying a truck, just for anybody who didn't see the first video. If not, go check it out, especially if you're a new driver. There's some good information in there. Kind of just give you my background on what jobs I've worked. I give a little bit of information about those jobs. And if you do want to, want me to elaborate more on the jobs that I've worked and kind of how they were, and any information about them, just comment and let me know on that last video. And we can, I can make another video about it. Honestly, we can just do that. I may end up doing it anyway. Just kind of make that's probably what I'll do. I'll make a video on every job that I've worked and my experience with them. And yeah, we can do that. That's what I'm gonna do. But yeah, man, let's get started. So my first truck, me and my brother, I bought it together. We're going in on it in this business. It is a 2018 Volvo. Whoever had the truck before we got it took really good care of it. Really good care of it. Like the inside is great, man. It's like, it's real nice. The outside is great. I mean, everything cosmetically, it looks good on the truck. And so far, everything mechanically is pretty good on the truck as well. We got a couple of little kinks that we gotta, excuse me, sorry. A couple of kinks that we gotta get checked out, but I don't think it's anything too major. The truck does have, over on the body, on the chassis of the truck, over 1 million miles on it. So I think it was a team. Kind of seems like maybe a husband and wife team. Because honestly, I mean, like I said, they took care of it. It could have been somebody else, honestly. Just could have been another regular team that was just, real nice and what's the word? Clean, I guess you could say. But because y'all know we can get some drivers that, you know, not too clean. But yeah, like I said, the chassis has over 1 million miles on the truck, but it's a new motor in the truck. It is a Volvo motor. It's been my second time with a Volvo motor. First experience wasn't bad. It was another contract I drove for, so I did not mind getting another Volvo with the Volvo motor. You know, I've always heard, and my experience last time, they're real good on fuel, and you know, they just get a good fuel mileage. But you know, also real good motors too, as long as you take care of them. But this motor, it's a new motor that they put in it. It's got a little bit over 400,000 miles on it, so not bad. We got it for a real good price as well. But so you know, the dealership that we went through to get this truck, I don't think I would go back with them. I know I'm not gonna go back with them. Let me say, not think. I know I won't go back with them. Man, honestly, and this could be this is my own opinion, and could be because it's my first truck. You know, I don't know. Could be because I don't know the complete process of it. So I felt we kind of went almost right at a month, honestly, about 4 weeks, give or take. I didn't keep up with it completely, but I'm gonna say 4 weeks, give or take. It's about how long it took us to get the truck. And that's, you know, like I say, I guess I'll kind of put the finance company and the dealership all together in one, because, you know, they pretty much dealt with each other hand in hand and dealt with me and my brother hand in hand. So they, like I said, it took about 4 months, give or take. And it was just like we had all our stuff signed, honestly, within 2 weeks. Loan documents, down payment and everything. And you know, we had to do a little bit extra down payment. But, you know, they took a little minute to get that situated. And, you know, I mean, we were just waiting on them, you know, to get the rest of the down payment, which I think it took like within the first 2 weeks, we got everything done, loan documents and all that stuff signed. And then, like I said, we got the down payment paid. And then it took like another week and a half just for them to even, you know, get everything situated to get the rest of the down payment. I was, because, okay, so the dealership we worked with was out of Fort Worth. Diamond Truck Sales out of Fort Worth, and the truck is in Houston. It was in Houston, so we live in the DFW area. So, you know, we could only basically see what we could see the truck from the pictures, basically. And we asked them, you know, if they could get, we asked them, could they get a video of the truck. I specifically asked them, can you get a video walking around the truck? You know, because pictures can be good, but, you know, I also want to see a video of it around the truck, and then a video inside, you know, full 360 of the truck, and then a video cranking the truck up, open up the hood, you know, and see, you know, kind of what it's looking like. Because I couldn't make it to Houston. I couldn't make it to Houston at the time, so I was like, you know, if y'all could just do that for me, that'd be great. I would feel real comfortable. Doesn't take long, honestly, you know, about 10 minutes, honestly. Walk around the truck. Turn around in the middle of the truck on the inside. Turn it on. Get out. Look at both sides of the engine. Give me about you know, I mean, that's it, honestly. I mean, you know, that's all I asked for. The only thing that they did, got in the truck, they pressed record, turned the truck on, and literally turned the truck off in like 10 seconds. like, that was some BS. I said, I asked the guy at Fort Worth, I said, is that all they gonna give me? You know, I'm like, at this point, we already put the down payment down, you know, to hold the truck and everything. But I'm like, I say, that's all they gonna give? Like, that's it? Nothing else? I was like, can they not give me a better video? You know, I say, they don't even have to do everything I asked. Just turn the truck on, get out, you know, pop the hood, and so I can, you know, see both sides of the engine, what it's looking like. I said, they only had to give me the rest. That they never did. The guy at Fort Worth said he's gonna do it. They never did it. You know, then I said, you know, too, they told us it was gonna be $8,500 on the down payment. And that was what we was gonna have to put down and everything. That was gonna hold the truck. So we put a smaller amount down first, and then we put that amount down like a couple days later, and then they ended up having to put down more after that to finalize it. So I think we ended up putting like $10,500 down. So yeah, man, like I said, it was just, you know, it kind of, a lot of inconsistencies and stuff. We would send in paperwork, and, you know, they'd be like, they would ask us, hey, you know, can you send this in? We send it in, and then we end up not hearing anything else from them. When we get with them like middle or end of the next day, like, hey, you know, what's the next step? And they're like, you know, we need you to send that paperwork in. Like, we already sent the paperwork in. What's going on? So they, you know, it's a lot of stuff like that. They're like, oh yeah, here it is. I say, I didn't see it, you know. That happened a couple of times, but I said, it's just, that was the start of it. And then, you know, I said, once we got kind of everything situated, my brother travels for work. So he works at, you know, with the railroad and everything. So basically he was down in Houston, you know, on a safety blitz for the job. And, you know, due to the little storm they had like a couple weeks ago or something like that, you know, he was down there checking out some stuff. So we got down there, well, he got down there, he was down there, you know, last Monday. And, so, you know, I told him, I was like, you know, since you're already down there, we're supposed to be getting the truck this week by Wednesday. I was like, you know, go check it out on Tuesday. I was like, you know, because he was busy Monday. I said, so if you can, you know, go check the truck out Tuesday, you know, before or after work, whatever you want to do. And, you know, just check it out, put eyes on it so we can actually see it in person. Because the whole deal was, like I said, the deposit was the down payment was non-refundable. But it was also, drop that, I get it in a minute. But yeah, the deposit, I keep saying deposit. The down payment was non-refundable, but it was also contingent upon if we liked the truck. So the whole thing was that the bank would not fund it if we don't like the truck. At that point, we could get our money back. That's the only way that the down payment was refundable. So yeah, it's basically like, you know, you can put all your money down and stuff like that. If you get down there and the bank say you say you don't like it, and the bank says, you know, do you want to fund it? And you say no, then you can either find another truck for you, or you had to get your money back. So yeah, that, and then, you know, if they couldn't get you approved or anything like that, those are the only ways that you will get your money back with that company. Because we were going to go buy that, because they were taking so long. I said at this point we was at like, you know, 3.5 weeks. We were going to go just get our money back and go buy a truck cash. We found a couple nice trucks, so we was like, man, we just go buy one cash, and, you know, we fix it up as we go. It doesn't have to be pretty or anything like that. So like I said, we ended up finding out we couldn't get the money back, all that good stuff, until, you know, the end and everything. You had to get in and test drive it and all that good stuff. So like I said, my brother got down there, checked it out. The truck looked good. Everything looked good inside and out. So we were happy about that. Like I said, my brother didn't have his CDL yet, so he really couldn't test drive it. Like I said, we were supposed to pick it up Wednesday. They ended up not being ready Wednesday. They said, you know, possibly Thursday. Ended up being ready Friday. So We ended up buying a flight to get to Houston. Or I bought a flight to get to Houston. And left out Thursday night. Of course, flight got pushed back and all that kind of stuff, weather and everything. Got there, ended up getting there like 12:30, probably like 12. Yeah, ended up landing and getting out the door, and in my brother's truck about 12:30, give or take. We got back to the hotel because he was kind of far from the hotel. That's where he needed to be for work. But it's about 30 minutes away. So we ended up getting to the hotel. This is the start of the crazier part, I guess you'd say. Got to the hotel at 1, give or take as well. So I don't remember all the exact time. So around 1 o'clock. Got out the truck, get in, get situated in the hotel. He had his family and stuff there, so we had to be quiet and all that. They were asleep. It's late. So we got in, laid down and everything. And at that point, we were just sitting on our phones until we fell asleep. Like I said, I was probably on my phone for about 2 or 3 minutes. I'm running off 4 hours of sleep, so I was tired. I didn't last long. Seen my brother get up before I dozed off and went back outside. I figured he left something in his truck or something like that. I didn't know. So I went ahead and went to sleep. He didn't say anything. Man, I woke up the next morning about 6:50 because we were going to leave. The dealership opened at 8. We was going to leave by 7:15 to get there and be ready when they open. I woke up about 6:40, 6:50, and my brother said, "They stole my truck." I was like, waiting for the laugh or something, man. I'm like, I know you bullshit. So he looked at me. He was like, "You think I'm playing, don't you?" I said, "Yeah, I think you're playing." Who stole it? When your truck get stolen? He said, "Man, they stole it literally at like 1:23. I said, "Man, we got here around 1 o'clock. They didn't give it. They don't know." I said, they had to see us come in. They had to see us pull in. So he said that they seen it on the camera at the hotel when they ran the footage back. There was my brother had a Chevy 2500 truck. Nice truck. It wasn't the base model or anything like that. But nice truck, mud tires and stuff, lifted up pretty good. There's another truck, Chevy 2500 there. And they said that the people that took my brother's truck, they were near that truck. So they were about to get that one. And then they must have seen us pull in and was like, "That one looks better. So let's wait and get it." So my brother ended up, when he got up while I was laying down, he said his own star went off that somebody was breaking into his truck or his alarm was going off or something like that. Basically, his own star went off. We were on the 4th floor. So by the time he got down there and out the door, they were already pulling off in the truck. He's like, I couldn't catch him or anything like that. They were only able to get a partial plate of the getaway car that they were in. So pretty much he was just kind of SOL, honestly. I mean, they had the footage. The footage couldn't really pull up the plates that good. My brother only had a partial. He was like, most likely that car is stolen too. So it was just kind of hopeless. So we ended up having to take an Uber. So my brother went through, had to cancel all his cards and stuff like that, and get all that done before we did what we did. But we got an Uber on. They took forever to get there, but finally made it to the dealership about 9:30, and my brother had already been to the dealership. This was his 3rd time coming to the dealership. So and this is the one in Houston now. So the first time he went to the dealership, he asked him, "Hey, can I get the keys to that truck so I can check it out?" It's like, it's already sold. He said, "Yeah, I'm the one that's buying it, or I'm the one that bought it. I just want to come in here and check it out. It's the first time being able to lay eyes on it." So, he checked it out and all that good stuff. And he told him before he left, he said, because they had it buried back behind like 2 or 3 trucks at the time. So he was like, can y'all go ahead and pull it out? you know, and have it ready. We'll be picking it up. At that time, we thought, you know, either Wednesday, like Wednesday or Thursday. So it ended up being Friday, but he was like, you know, can y'all go ahead and pull it out because we'll be picking it up in a couple of days. You know, usually if you're buying a truck, and in my opinion, I thought if you're buying a truck, they go ahead, get it ready for you. They wash it, make sure it's good on the inside. You know, check any minor issues and stuff like that. They didn't do none of that, man. The truck was just back there. Cobwebs and stuff kind of around it and stuff. He asked him the second time he came back because he had to go get the engine plate for Landstar, and they still didn't pull it out. He asked him again, they still didn't pull it out. So they didn't pull the truck. Well, they didn't even pull the truck out. I pulled the truck out when I got there Friday. So they still never pulled it out. They never washed it. They didn't clean the inside, which the inside wasn't dirty, honestly. The inside, I mean, you could have just put air freshener in there and it'd been fine. But you know, they didn't do anything. I ended up finding out the driver's side mirror, both the mirror and the convex mirror were cracked, and some more stuff. But hey, I gotta go. I'm gonna get to this appointment real quick, and then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna finish up. Be back. Oh, all right, guys. I messed up. My appointment's not until next week. Anyway. So like I was saying, I ended up finding out my mirrors were cracked. Not bad to where you could really notice it. I was looking, as I was pulling out, you know, looking in the mirror, make sure I was clearing the other trucks, because it was still kind of tight in there. It's a small lot, honestly. It's a real small lot, and it's just, you know, packed as much as they can with trucks. And so I noticed that it was like a little crack, honestly, but nothing like just major. But you know, if somebody sees it during an inspection, doubt that they'll pass. I don't know if they will or not. Never had a cracked mirror, to be honest with you. But had the mirrors are cracked, fog light was out, coolant was low, and oil was like halfway low. So ended up, you know, we checked all that good stuff, and so, you know, we let them know about all that, see if, you know, what all we can get done. So as I'm pulling out, it ended up pulling a power line. Thought it was a power line at first. It was up there with all the other power lines, but it was their Wi-Fi, basically, their internet. And they went the same route, honestly. To put the truck back there where it was, they had to go the same exact route that I was doing to you know, to get out and go test drive the truck. They had to come in and put the truck in the parking spot. So they said they've never had the issue at all. But we ended up noticing on the back of the truck, there are two little metal hooks that point up, basically, you know, and hook on each side. One on this side and one on the other side. So the power lines were low. They were low enough for them to hit the top of the truck and get caught on that hook. And I heard something, you know, go pop. So I'm like, you know, damn, what happened to this truck? You know, what's that happened? I look back, I see the wire on the ground. I'm like, what the hell is that? So we get out, check it out, and then, you know, they come out the building and everything, because the wire was right there in the front of the building. They come out, and everybody's looking at it. So, you know, nobody touched it because we didn't know what kind of wire it was. The wire was showing. Ended up, man, the fire department had to come, police had to come, and fire department had to come. Fire department came out there, checked it, make sure it wasn't a live wire. And the people came out. When they came out of the office, they were like, you know, this is our Wi-Fi is gone, our internet's out. So that was our internet cord. So it's like, okay, so it's not a hot wire, basically. So it's like, you know, fire department said there's nothing they can do about it. It's just the internet cord. They had to call the internet company. So I guessing they did that. I don't know if they did or not, honestly, because they never came while we was there. And the cord was still there all day. And so yeah, we ended up waiting probably about 30 more minutes, honestly. My brother was on the phone with his insurance trying to get all that stuff handled still. He's on and off the phone with them all day. So he was talking to them, and he, also worked too. She still has to work. He was taking calls and stuff like that, but ended up coming back, and he was like, so what's going on? Are they going, because the wire was still hanging on the truck. Like, I'll put it up here if I can. And, the wire was still hanging off the truck a little bit. Or not a little bit, it was just hanging up there. So it was like, they're not going to get it down. What are they going to do? So I was like, I don't know. Nobody came back out and said nothing about it. They said they was going to call the internet company to come and fix it. I was like, I ain't really want to touch it. I don't know how hot it is. They said it's not a live wire, but I'm not going to take my chances. So my brother, he don't give a damn. He said, look, we ain't got time to be doing all this. I'm already a little frustrated because my truck got stole, all that stuff. He said, man, he grabbed the wire, flung it off the top of that hook and went and rolled it up and put it on the side, on the side basically, and just curled it up. So we hopped in the truck and took off, go test drive it. Now, we never told anybody we was gonna test drive it, really. I mean, as far as I know, I don't know, my brother might have said something. We just asked, could we get the keys to the truck and pull it out? He might have told them, honestly. I guess I don't know. He might have said something when he went and got the keys. But the thing is, they never asked for our driver's license, our CDL. They didn't ask for anything. Remember, we came in an Uber, so it's not like our vehicle was still there. Like, we had nothing there. So they didn't ask for anything from us, and all they know is that we just said we bought this truck. That's all they know. So we left, went to go test drive it. Truck rode great. I mean, shifting through gears great and everything. Of course, there's no trailer none behind it, but the truck rode real good. And I said I liked it, and everything so far I've been working good on it. It doesn't have an APU on it. It has like a one of those split AC units on there. That wasn't working, but we also knew we didn't see any power going to it. We're seeing some stuff that looked like it may have been previously wired up, but nothing was actually there to power it up. So we got that kind of situated after the fact when we got it to the house. But yeah, we ended up, we went to go drive it. We was gone for a little minute because we ended up getting caught by a train and had to back out and take another route. And man, like literally 3 minutes, we were 3 minutes away from making it back to the dealership in Houston, and the truck cut off. It clumped like it wasn't getting fuel. And luckily I was able to get it because I was in the left lane, because I had to turn left in the next couple seconds. But I was able, luckily nobody was coming, I was able to get it all the way to the right. It's just another lane, cross one lane and get off the side basically into this little radiator shop. And I was able to park it and try to cut it back on. It wouldn't cut on, so I didn't think it would. We wasn't low on fuel. It said it had a quarter of a tank of fuel. Said we had a quarter tank of fuel, and so we, as far as we know, we was good on that, unless the fuel gauge was reading wrong. So I'm like, I don't know, could be. The truck has 1 million miles on it. Fuel leveler could be going bad, could be sticking. I don't know what it is, but so we called the shop. Well, no, let me say this. So before we ended up leaving the shop to go test drive it, I told them about the other stuff while we were waiting on them to find out what they were going to do about that wire that came down. So I told them about the mirror and oil and the coolant and the light and all that. And that thing was, you got to call Fort Worth. Y'all the same dealership. The truck is sold. Y'all are the same dealership. Why do I have to call Fort Worth to get it done? Why can't I tell you, you call Fort Worth and verify that, hey, you know, like, this stuff right here is done? If that's the process that you got to take, you know, why do I, hey, Fort Worth, this stuff right here is done. You know, this stuff right here needs to be done. I mean, I know y'all can't do it. I'm here at the Fort Worth. I mean, I'm here at the Houston dealership. You know, can they do it? I feel like if I'm telling you at this Houston dealership, you know you can do it because you got a shop. So if you just need to call, like, tell Fort Worth, hey, this truck y'all sold has such and such wrong with it. We're going to fix this stuff on it. I don't know. This is my opinion. I don't know. Maybe y'all tell me if I'm wrong. But, yeah, so basically, once the truck broke down, instead of calling Houston, I said, hell, I guess I'll just go ahead and call Fort Worth right away and let them deal with it from here. So call Fort Worth, let the guy know that, hey, the truck broke down. I didn't call the Houston dealership because every time I tell them something, they tell me I gotta call y'all. So I'm calling y'all to let y'all know. I'm guessing y'all gonna call them and let them know this is my address. This is the address that we're at. You know, we go from there. So, all right, you know, he said, okay, I'm gonna handle it. And they also said, you know, he's also said he was working on getting approval for everything else to get fixed and stuff that I told him about before we left the dealership. So I'm like, okay, cool. So man, go from there. We waited probably like 30 to 40 minutes. Or no, let me say, so we waited about 20 to 30 minutes. I can't say before we heard anything because I had to call them back. So I ended up just calling the Houston dealership myself. And there was a guy answered, and he didn't know what was going on, but he was like, you know, I'm gonna take information down, and your address and stuff, and I'm gonna talk to the manager and see if he knows what's going on. So he literally called me back as fast as I've had anybody call me back from this company. He called me back in like a minute, and it was like, he said, hey, yeah, you know, the GM is sending the master mechanic out right now. So I'm like, okay, cool. That's, you know, that's good. That's the fastest resolution I'd have never got. I'm like, you know, I was surprised. Shouldn't have been, because it still took them like 30 to 40 more minutes to get there. It was only 3 minutes away, man. It was literally down the street. And it's, in my opinion, if you got somebody that's buying a truck from you and it broke down, you're only 3 minutes away from you, go check it out. You're down the street, go check it out. So finally, man, 2 people came in a regular car. I'm guessing they don't have a service truck or anything like that. They just came in their regular car. They did come because it did throw a code. Like I said, I've never had a truck run out of fuel on me, so I didn't know, you know, if it throws a code when the fuel is when the fuel gets low, or what the issue is. So they didn't speak English. Excuse me. They didn't speak English. I don't have anything against, you know, anybody, but I'm like, yeah, I feel like you should have somebody that can speak English, speak, you know, bilingual. At least, you know, I couldn't really communicate. I had to do the translation app, and you know, sometimes it doesn't work good. So, I mean, from what I got from them, it was like low rail pressure. They had to, I don't know what all they did, but I know they added some more fuel to it and did a couple more things. They ended up having to leave and then come back. And I mean, like I said, they took them 30, 40 minutes to get there. It took them about another 20, 30 minutes just to even get the truck going. And then finally they was just like, bring it back to the shop and we're gonna work on it. So I'm like, okay, I finally got the truck going. After we done been out there for about 2 hours, it felt like. Could have been, it was like an hour and a half, 2 hours. But they finally got the truck back. And at this point, there was no gas stations or anything around us. Me and my brother are thirsty and hungry. Hadn't ate all day. We literally woke up and went to the dealership. Woke up, dealt with his truck being stolen, went to the dealership, and we was there all day. And at this point, it was like 2 o'clock, I believe. So we're hungry, we're thirsty. Luckily, there's a gas station right beside the dealership. So we dropped it off. I asked him, I was like, are y'all gonna also fix all this other stuff? I was like, the mirror and the coolant and all that. Like the coolant wasn't like drastically low, but it was like right at the minimum line. So I'm like, it needs to be full, it needs to be filled up. The oil was like halfway full. So I'm like, I asked him, could we get a PM done? I was like, can y'all give us a PM? Not a PM, I'm sorry. At least give us a fresh oil change. Could y'all give us a fresh oil change? Excuse me. They didn't. They just topped it off. So I'm like, okay, y'all suck. Topped the coolant off, topped the oil off. They didn't fix the mirror. They said they couldn't get it in time. If they would have did it when I asked them earlier, they would have got it in on time. But they didn't try to do it until like 2 something. So they was like, we couldn't get the mirror. We're gonna ship it. We're gonna get it and ship it to Fort Worth. And then you just go up there and get it done when it comes in. I don't think they really did it because I called Fort Worth yesterday. Because Monday was Memorial Day. So I called them yesterday and asked them, like, hey, y'all know anything about, when the mirror will be in? And the guy was like, one of the guys, I think he's the manager, he was like, no, I don't know anything about it. Let me check on it. And I also had sent the text message because you got to send a message to everybody there. So I'm dealing with 3 people. The salesman that I dealt with first, and then I think this other lady is a finance manager, and then the other guy I think is a GM. He may not be a GM. He may just be above them too. Supervisor or something. I don't know. But I text all 3 of them. Same thing. And just changed the names on it. And basically asking them, hey, they said the mirror was going to come in. Houston said they would ship it here so we can come and get it put in. Do you know when it's going to be in so we can bring the truck up there and go get it inspected? We'll go get the truck up there, get the mirror fixed, and go get it inspected. Like I said, the first 2, the finance manager and the other guys above them, didn't know anything about it. Finance manager, she was like, you got to ask the guy that was over her. So I asked him and I asked the other guy. The other guy, he already kind of knew because I told him while I was in Houston about it, and he was like, let me check up on it because I haven't heard anything about it. And then the other guy was like, I don't know anything about it. Let me check up on it. So the other guy came back, the salesman came back and told me, he's like, it should be Thursday. I guess. It's kind of a long time. We told y'all about this Friday, and it's going to be here almost the next Friday. A mirror, just not the whole mirror either. It's just the glass. We don't need the back part of it. We just need the glass part. The actual mirror part, that's it. So I'm like, it's gonna take that long for that to come in? Okay, all right, I got it. So I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. So like I said, we ended up having to leave, man. I will say the guy in Fort Worth, salesman, did get me an Uber. He got me and my brother Uber to the Enterprise by our hotel so my brother could go get him a truck. We ended up having to wait on that because they didn't have any extra trucks at the time. Because like I said, my brother had his family with him, so we couldn't just go get any regular car. He had us shipped at $2,500, so they ended up finding him F-150. So it was decent, nice truck, honestly. Not a Ford guy, but it was nice, spacious, so he was able to fit everything in there. And I just noticed some of that stuff probably got wet because they didn't have no bed cover like my brother did. Well, dang. Anyway, so yeah, we got that situated, And by the time I ended up getting back with the truck, we went ahead and checked out of the hotel and went to go get something to eat. They called, the guy from Fort Worth called me and said that the truck was ready. They got it ready. I asked them, I'm like, did they fix everything else on it? The, mirrors and top the cooling off and oil change and stuff. He's like, I don't know about that, honestly. I just know they said they got it ready. Yeah, Lee. All right, whatever. We'll go get the truck. Hopefully everything else is done. So we went ahead, we got something to eat because they didn't close till 8. At this point, it's like 4:30. Went and got something to eat, and then luckily the police called my brother and said, we found your truck. This is all in the same day. It's still Friday. It got stole Friday morning, and they found it Friday around 5 o'clock. So I didn't know because I was on the phone at the time. I don't know who I was on the phone with, but one of the drivers I dispatched. I dispatch drivers every one driver now. For Landstar. But no, yeah, I was on the phone with him, and then I got off the phone with him, and my brother's wife said that they found the truck. I was like, oh shit, that's what's up. So he came back in after talking with the police, and it's like, yeah, they found it. It said it doesn't look like anything is wrong with it. Like I said, he had his pistol in the truck. His wallet was in the truck. So we wasn't planning on being in the hotel long. I said we got there at 1 o'clock. We was planning on, getting back up, getting right back out about, 6:50, 7 o'clock. That's what we was gonna leave out, 7:15, somewhere in there. But, he didn't think nothing about it. Plus his tent is dark as shit. So, it's like somebody looks in there, you're not gonna see nothing, especially at nighttime. It had like 5% tent all around it. Could be zero. No, I don't think it has 0. About 5% tent all the way around this truck, so you can't see anything in it. So he didn't think nothing of it. Car seat in the back, and in my opinion, man, if you're gonna steal somebody's car, if you look in there and you see somebody got a car seat in there, don't steal the whole truck. People just ain't got no heart these days, man. They ain't got no morals, nothing. Just obviously this man got kids. He need his truck. Just because it's a nice truck don't mean he got money. It don't mean he don't got money, but it don't mean he got money either. Just people think, oh man, he got this, he be all right. Like, yeah, he will, but he worked for this truck, worked hard for his stuff, and he got a kid. He got his whole family down here, hell. So now everybody's struggling, and not struggling, but just, what's the word I'm looking for? Not panicking. It's, in a bad way, upset. There you go. Everybody's upset about the situation because now we got to go through all this just to get situated and stuff. And the truck is still in Houston right now at the impound lot. They found it at the impound lot, and I don't think they might have found it and took it to the impound lot. But he was able to go up there and check it. Like I said, police was like, we didn't just completely look through it just yet, but doesn't look like your gun was in there. I don't know if the wallet was or not. It's like the car seat is still in there, and I think his tools and stuff was still in there. So, but he got there. We ended up having to go check it out before we went to go pick the truck up. Like I said, they did take the gun. They did take his wallet. But the truck was still good as far as we know. Like, just it wasn't wrecked or anything like that. I don't know if they messed up anything else or not. But as far as we could see, like wreck-wise, the body wasn't just damaged or anything. Which I didn't go look at it either. My brother went over there and looked at it, and he just, I don't know if he fully looked around it or not. He just kind of wanted to get in and see if his wallet was in there, so he didn't have to, get new driver's licenses and all that. Because he's in the process of getting his CDL this week, so now he doesn't have a driver's license or his permit anymore. So I ain't got to go through all that just to get his stuff again and make sure he can still take his tests. But when we get there to pick up the truck, got there at like 6:30. They didn't fix the mirror. Of course, I think I said that. They's like, we just topped off the oil, and then topped off the coolant, and they didn't touch the fog light or anything, which I didn't care about the fog light, honestly, because there's 2 lights on the fog light with the Volvo. One was there's 2 lights on one. 2 was working on the other side, and only 1 was working on the other side. So I didn't really care, honestly. I want to change them out anyway, because the headlights are LED, but the fog lights are like the halogen yellow color. So I want to put some LED ones in there anyway. Other than that, like I said, man, that was our whole little spiel out there. And like I said, Fort Worth and the Houston lot dealership do not communicate between each other. Like, honestly, I literally have to call each one to let each one know what the other one said. So I'm the middleman contacting everybody for everything. But like I said, I don't know. I wouldn't deal with them anymore. Honestly, I'm not. Honestly, if we can buy our trucks cash from now on, that's what I want to do. But yeah, other than that, I'm not going to deal with diamond truck sales. There's some other companies that we were looking at probably going with, and if we're going to buy a truck with the payment, we don't want to buy it cash right out. So yeah, man, that was the process with the dealership. And the finance company, honestly. It was a little bit longer than I thought, to be honest with you. So I think I'm going to make a 3rd part for my process with Landstar. Honestly, I mean, I can fit it in real quick. It's not too long when I think about it. So with my Landstar process, I mean, everybody knows. If you don't know, Landstar takes a long time to hire people. It takes about 3 or 4 weeks to hire people with Landstar. If you're lucky, you could get maybe about 2 weeks. Honestly, 2 weeks is if you're not bringing your own truck. You can get hired on in 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks with Landstar. 2 weeks is if you've been there before. And if you've been there before and it's not an issue with you coming back or anything, you can possibly get hired on in 2 weeks with Landstar. It doesn't take long. You just get your verification and all that stuff done, your work verification, your requalification letter from Landstar, and then you go do your drug test and all that other good stuff. Now, if it's your first time, then you kind of got to go. It takes a little bit longer for some reason, because it just does. I think my first time starting with Landstar probably took me 3 weeks. My second time coming back to Landstar, it took me about 2 weeks. And then now this time, I think we're going on 3. We're at 3 weeks this week. And if we go into next week, it'll be 4, which I think we're going into next week, because we're still dealing with the dealership on the title part of the truck, which, you know, one of my partners, he got some trucks, but they're in Mississippi. So he said things are a little bit different. Basically, like Landstar, I've already done my work verification. I've done my requalification the first week. Now, I forgot what else I did. So yeah, the second week I had to send in all my truck information. You know, the VIN number, all that good little stuff, and what was it? We don't have to send in the 2290 because we just bought the truck. I think we got to get that in around the 45-day mark. If you're leasing the truck, it's different. If you're financing the truck, we're financing, we're not leasing. So if you're leasing the truck, there's a couple more things that you have to give Landstar, which, like I said, I don't know them off the top of my head, because we're financing, we're not leasing. So yeah, we have to have a copy of our title or title receipt, which for us is going to be title receipt, because you know, we don't know exactly when the title is going to come in. That's where we're stuck at right now. There are 2 other forms that Landstar requires you to fill out, which is one, just, you know, signing everything, like your warranty and stuff like that. And signing everything for like your warranty. If you're going through them for your plates, then you also got to sign this up. That's the second form. You sign everything for your truck plates. And if you have a trailer, the trailer plates. So that's all on the same paperwork. So those were the 2 forms I needed to fill out. Then there were some other forms on driver posts that you had to fill out through the Intella app. or I guess just through the driver post, not the Intel app. I'm sorry, that's the actual application. But yeah, through driver post, it's like 4 more things you had to sign and fill. Let me see those there, and like I said, a copy of the title. We had to send in the engine plates. So besides the things that they put in our driver post app, we had to do those. Then we had to do 2 forms, for one for the plates of the truck, Landstar plates on the truck, and then the other one for like the warranty and stuff with the truck. And then the only other 2 things we have to have with us financing the truck is our title or title receipt and the engine plate sticker and engine plate. So we sent in all that. Only thing we got to do now, we're dealing with the dealership. They were supposed to send in or I guess mail out the title or something to, I don't know if it's to the Fort Worth location or straight to the county that we were in. They're supposed to do that Friday. They didn't. So I talked to the woman in Fort Worth on yesterday. She said she was gonna go ahead, and she had some envelopes in there. She had to open them up. This was around like 1 or 2 o'clock. She said she just got back from lunch, but she was like, I got some envelopes that came in. Maybe they just came in. I don't know. I'm gonna give it a benefit of the doubt. So yeah, she was like, they just came in. I hadn't looked at them just yet. Maybe y'all's title is in there, and I can go ahead and send it off to the county, basically, to go ahead and get everything started. She said it usually takes 5 to 7 days, and she said only thing we got to do is go get a DOT inspection and get our weight slip. We gotta get the truck weighed and the DOT inspection and send those in to her, and we gotta have them for whenever we go pick up the title from the county. So we're waiting on them at this time. I think I'm gonna try and find a DOT Landstar inspection site. That way I'm hoping it doesn't take too long. My eye is burning a little bit, but I'm hoping it doesn't take too long to get the title and stuff done, because a DOT Landstar inspection it only lasts for 30 days. At that point, you got to get another one. But I think it's smart to go ahead and do a Landstar DOT inspection, because either way, I could be paying for 1 inspection or I could be paying for 2. But if I do it the way that the Landstar processor wants us to do it, she wants us to go ahead and go get an inspection somewhere else, and then once we got the title and stuff, we get a Landstar DOT inspection. So at that point, we're definitely paying for 2 inspections. But if I can go get a Landstar DOT inspection, we could possibly only have to pay for 1 inspection, because at that point, we already got the Landstar inspection done and we got the DOT inspection. It's all in one, and we can just send that in to the lady and we'll be done. Like I said, hopefully everything will be done within 30 days, which I think it should be. Other than that, only thing I'll have to do after that, man, is my drug test and my orientation with Landstar, just in case nobody knows. Usually 2 days for people who's just the first time there. If you're just a contractor or just a driver, I think usually if you're driving for a contractor, you only have to do the first day. I think that's, you got like a hazmat test and, a couple other little things as well. Go over like, how the apps and stuff like that work. And then, after that, you're good. You will do additional days if you need step deck or flatbed, any securement training. That stuff is extra days. But you just drive van, it's simple. Usually 1 day, then your contractor gets you on your truck. But if you're bringing your own truck, then you got to do 2 days. I think that second day is for the pay, you setting up your pay date and all that good stuff, and just kind of going from there with everything. So yeah, we're almost at the finish line. I thought we was gonna be done with it this week. Could possibly still be, but I doubt it. But I'm hoping by next week we should have all that done, and I can be starting orientation either next week or the week after. You know, I'm hoping the week after at the latest. So other than that, man, that is kind of my story, my spiel for the whole everything. And yeah, I said I'm gonna make some videos about each job that I work as well. That'll be my next couple of videos. I'm gonna do them separately, or I might put them together and just kind of, so I won't have too many pointless videos. But you know, I may separate them all. I don't know. I don't want the videos to be too long. I knew these were gonna be long because it was kind of a lengthy process. It's still a lengthy process, so I knew it was gonna kind of spill out a little bit. But yeah, other than that, man, we'll go from there. I appreciate y'all listening. Y'all have a good day. Stay safe on the road. Keep it in between the lines. Other than that, man, peace.